The second race in horse racing's Triple Crown is the Preakness Stakes, which takes place at Pimlico Racecourse in Baltimore, Maryland. The 140th running of the Preakness Stakes will be on Saturday, May 16th, with the Kentucky Derby winner trying to win the second race in the Triple Crown. The Preakness Stakes dates back to 1873 and is currently run at a distance of 1 mile and 3/16. The Preakness is run 2 weeks after the Kentucky Derby and 3 weeks before the Belmont Stakes. The Preakness Stakes has a field that is much smaller than the Kentucky Derby field, as the Kentucky Derby can have as many as 20 horses, while the Preakness is limited to 14. With the smaller field, the horse racing odds are also smaller. The race is simply a race for the favorites, as the first or second choice in the betting wins this race more than half the time. You can make all of the normal horse betting wagers in the Preakness Stakes. You can bet horses to win, place, or show, and you can bet the exotics like the Exacta, Quinella, Superfecta, and the multi-race exotics like the Pick 3, Pick 4, Pick 6, etc. You will also be able to bet the horse matchups at betdsi.com, where one horse is listed against another horse in a head-to-head matchup. When you consider the Preakness Stakes betting, you will notice a lot of big-name trainers. You will notice Bob Baffert and D. Wayne Lucas and think that they are good trainers to bet on in the Preakness, but that is not always the case. Lucas has won this race a lot, but his winning percentage is actually not that good. A better trainer in the Preakness recently has been Steve Asmussen, who has won with Curlin in 2007 and with Rachel Alexandra in 2009. Baffert is always a trainer to consider in this race, as he has 3 wins this decade. One trainer you don't want to bet on is Nick Zito. He has had a lot of starters in the Preakness, but he has had just 1 win, and that came way back in 1996 when Louis Quatorze won at odds of 8-1. Historically, the favorite has done extremely well in the Preakness Stakes betting through the years. Rarely do long shots have any chance of winning this race, as it has been more than 25 years since any horse has won this race at double-digit odds. When you get ready to make your Preakness Stakes bet, you want to keep in mind that the best post is number 6, while the number 4 is second best. The rail is not the kiss of death in the Preakness that it is in the Derby, as a number of horses have won from the rail, although many of those wins were early in the race's history. Unlike the Kentucky Derby, favorites do very well in the Preakness. In fact, favorites win the Preakness nearly half the time. Long shots simply do not do well in the Preakness, so do not expect to see huge payoffs that you saw in the Derby. The biggest long shot to win the Preakness was Master Derby at odds of 23-1. Top contenders this year are American Pharoah, who is the favorite to win the Preakness Stakes. The horse won the Kentucky Derby and now has a chance to win the Triple Crown. The horse was named the top 2-year-old male of 2014 for trainer Bob Baffert. American Pharoah was the favorite to win last year's Breeders' Cup Juvenile, but had to be pulled out due to injury. American Pharoah is expected to go off as the odds-on favorite in Preakness odds for the race on Saturday. Carp Diem is one of the long-shot contenders to win the Preakness. The horse finished a disappointing 10th in the Kentucky Derby. He won the Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland last year and finished second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at Santa Anita Park. The horse is trained by Todd Pletcher and is ridden by John Velasquez. Divining Rod is one of the other long shots to win the Preakness on Saturday. He won the Lexington Steel Stakes in April, and this horse is trained by Arnaud Delacour. Divining Rod did not race in the Kentucky Derby, so he comes in fresh. He is expected to go off with odds of at least 20-1 in the Preakness Stakes. One of the main contenders to win the 2015 Preakness is Dortmund. The horse, owned by Kaleem Shah Inc., is trained by Bob Baffert, and he finished 3rd in the Kentucky Derby. The horse won the Grade 1 500,000 Los Alamitos Futurity and posted a new track record in the process. Dortmund is expected to go off with odds of about 5-1 in the Preakness.